Hello, and welcome to today's family program. I'm Dr. Kitcher, and as usual, we come to you with what is important for your life. This month, we are looking at the issue of planning your life and having a strategy for that plan. Strategic life planning is a must for every person who breathes air, is matured, and has a plan. We said that we have to set some goals, and generally it's said that the goals that we set must be smart. That is, they must be specific, they must be measurable, they must be attainable, they must be reachable, and also they must be time bound. It is so important that we always look at what we're doing. We finished on talking about being disciplined, and we said to be disciplined is to do what needs to be done when it needs to be done, where it has to be done, and doing it the same way, and if not better, every time. Discipline requires that you invest into time, you invest into enriching yourself, you invest into making sure that the things that you have set to do is done. We are talking about strategy, and I have said that it takes strategy or strategic planning to win a war, to achieve an aim, to do things. So we must make sure that we don't live life just as it comes, but we must have a plan. We must have a set goal. We must have some aim of what we are expecting in this thing called life. What is our mission? What should it take us to get to the place where we want to go to? The way we speak, the way we talk about ourselves, the way we, relate to things within our domain will also determine how far or how far we will not go. It is very, very important that we know what we have on board. What are the talents that we are endowed with? What are the gifts that we have? What is it that we do or comes naturally? It is very, very good when you know these things, then you will know what you have as a resource, notwithstanding the absence of maybe other things. Because sometimes the major ingredients of what you need, you have it, but then the components that comes with it will be attracted when you release or when you begin to make use of what it is that is within your domain. Before you see any great artist or a singer on a world stage, singing, probably the person was singing in the kitchen, somebody heard, or in the school choir or something, and they said, no, she's got a unique voice. So that gift was there, but until it was unleashed, it was not brought to light, and recognition was not given to it. And once it was recognized, then it will be placed under tutelage. It will be placed under mentoring. It will be placed under care so that the best can come out of it. So the fact that you recognize or you realize what it is that your talent or your gift is does not mean you have attained a strategic plan for your life. You need to make sure that that gift is harnessed, because most of the times they come in their raw form and it has to be shaped. It has to be put in a package. It has to be, presented as befitting, and then it adds value to it. So that good voice only singing in the kitchen will not reach far. But when it can move from the kitchen onto the TV screens, then it becomes, a voice to reckon with. I know of a person who became a great singer, well known because he sang for an advert. The advert was less than a minute, but that little tweak or voice or sound that the person made caught someone's attention, and the person devoted his whole life looking for getting him, and eventually he became a global household name. It is so beautiful when we can unleash the things that we have in us. As we progress, I want you to understand that nothing will come in life easy. And by saying that, I am not saying that things has to be difficult. But so long as you are in a learning process, there will be tests, there will be, trials, there will be stuff that you don't really know well or you cannot match up to. So when you see the challenges, when you see the difficulties, don't relate to them as the time to give up. Look at them as opportunities. Turn them into fruitful seeds that you can put in a good soil. and begin to work at it. Any difficulty you overcome takes you to your next level of promotion. Anything that you surmount will now bring you the view of what is next or what is coming. When you are planning your life strategically, you cannot afford to miss, problems. Many people want to avoid, the roads with blockages and with signs saying maybe it's going to be slower 15 minutes. So let me look for, a faster route, or, go around it in a way, drive more faster, and you might end up, crashing and making all kinds of mistakes. But it's better to be 10 minutes late, but following the right path, or trying to create your own path, which you don't know where it leads to. So it is very, very good when we assess what we have and see problems or difficulties or challenges as opportunities. Never see any challenge as something that is designed to bring you back, to bring you down, to make you not to, succeed, but look at them as the next opportunity for you to get to do better, for you to go, further. It is very, very good that in planning our lives, we look at the lives of other people. When you study how others made it, it helps you to also make it using their templates, but then customizing it to suit your specific lifestyle. Learning from others is a good way of building ourselves and avoiding the stuffs that they may have had to go through before we met them. When you learn from someone, it saves you time. It saves you the risks that you would have to make so many mistakes before you get, to getting things right. Those people have walked the walk. They have seen the difficulties, so they can inform you about what to expect on the way. Even if you don't meet it the same way, at least you know there would be some things that may come or crop up as you go along. I want to encourage you, as you think about planning your life, that you have but one life to live, and you don't have a second chance to maybe do certain things. Of course, you can make some mistakes and you can correct them eventually, but the time that you spend in correcting those mistakes, if you didn't have done it, would have been used to do something better. So I want you to make sure that before you set out to do, you have actually looked at every perimeter of whatever it is that you are dealing with. Before you set out to do, to act, you must have looked around the whole stuff. When you want to say, I want to get a good vocation, what is that vocation? How do I see it in the next 5, 10, 15 years? What are the necessary changes that can come for good, for bad, for ugly? You need to weigh all those things down. And as you know, it will not be maybe specific 100%, but at least a 75, 80%, you should be clear as to what is going to happen. Therefore, if there will be any changes, it will not bring you so down, but it will actually still make you have a balance or a good platform from where you can operate. Strategic life planning is very, very important. Many people live life as it comes, but I want you to know life itself does not want to be lived as it is, as it comes. Life brings you stuff that it wants you to take and use for you to be better and the who you are to come out of you. So let's make sure we plan. Planning is so, so, so important. And as we are planning, we make sure that we give assessment of everything that is within our jurisdiction. We look at what are the ingredients. We talked about that last week, and we look at our lifestyles, and we also find the goals that we have set for ourselves. We need to know where we are going in order to know what we need in order to get there. This is so very, 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 very important. And strategic life planning will require you to sit down to make some decisions and to make sure that you will have what it takes to do that. You need to take stock of where you are in life. Have you ever cared to ask yourself, where am I in life? What have I achieved in life? Where is it that I am going with this thing called life that I have? How am I going to make my mark? You need to take stock of your life. Make an inventory of your life. Get your life going. Don't ever stop. It is very, very, very important. You need to make sure you are taking good care of your life. You are having a stock of your life, and you understand where you are going. After taking stock of what you have, you or where you are in life, you must be able to know who you are. The question, who are you or who am I, has to be answered. And it has to be answered rightly. Who you are is not what you do. Who you are is not your profession. Who you are is what is it that makes you who you are. We'll get to that in the future. You have to know where you are, and you have to know where you have been. So for you to really plan your life, you need to know what you have in life. Take stock of your life. Know who you are. Know where you are, and get to know where you have been. Because when you know who you are, you will be able to know what you need in order to get to where you have to be. When you know that and you attach it to where you are in the point in time, maybe on your journey, you are 50% through. So you are left with 50% or for the rest of the journey to be finished. So you need to understand that where I am right now is point this or point that. And from there, it will take me A, B, C, and D in order to get to my destination. It is very, very, very good if we always understand and assess where we are. And when we know where we are, then we should also remember where we have been. What are the lessons that we have learned in the past? What are the mistakes that we made? What are the things that made us go faster? What are the things that slowed us down? How did we get to where we are? The story of the past should inform you in order to prepare you to be ready for what the future is, bringing to you. Like I always say, the future is not a time to come, but the future is more of a process that we have to follow. We need to get these things done, and done right now. I will be taking my time this time because it is very, very important for you to grasp everything that is being said over here. You need to make an assessment, and this is where we would be concluding for today. You need to make an assessment of the stuff that you have. So take stock of where you are. Know where you are, know where you have been, and know where you are going to. When you have these things done, you are surely on your way to go. Self-assessment or overview of where you are currently in life would help you to navigate your next steps. We will come to you again. This has been your favorite program, Today's Family. And as you know, this program is based one on the other. My tip for you today is that you watch the previous programs in order for you to understand where we are, what we are saying. Some things we will not talk about them in details because that was the focus of maybe previous, programs. I also want you to take time to, invite friends to join this channel, share the link with your friends, and subscribe to this channel. If you have any questions, feel free to, communicate it to us, and we will find answers, and we can all continue building our lives and getting the best out of life. I've been Dr. Albert Kitcher, and this is your program, Today's Family. Till we see you again next week, I wish you and your household the very best. Take care of yourself, and remember, strategic life planning is a must for you. Bye-bye.